Hello there, Maria here. I'm going to show you today how to make a mixed media journal cover from a brown paper bag that you get at the grocery store. And as you can see, I have made one here that's really old. I use it just for a junk journal to jot down thoughts, ideas, and sketches, and it's just for myself. And it's a good place to vent. Nobody's gonna look at this journal. So somebody, I got this idea from somebody else, but I don't remember who the artist is. So here's an old Aldi bag that I had sitting around. So I'm gonna try and show you here how I cut up the side, just one side of the bag, and you go around the bottom and cut off the bottom completely. So it leaves you a very wide part of the bag. There is a seam on the bag, but it's far enough away to where it would not be needed for this cover. So you will look for the seam and then start from the other end. And I had maybe a couple of inches top and bottom. So the bag ends up being 30 inches long and 13 wide. And I tried to straighten out the creases, and then I just started folding about 2 inches or so. You're going to have about the same amount in each, top and bottom. This bag is a really sturdy one, so there's some bags that are not flimsier, they're easy to work with maybe, but this will last me a long time, as long as I have this journal. I'm making it for some plans that I have for the future and some goal setting where you can both write and do some collages for what you want to do. So I measured the book, it's 9 3/4 inches. So I'm going by that and marking all along the bottom so I can get the pretty much exact width. So then I fold that up just like I did with the other one. And you can just eyeball it. It doesn't have to be perfect. And I'm using a bone folder to tighten the crease. Here I had some really cute napkins that I bought, I think at TJ Maxx. And I thought, well, napkins are, they will still show a little bit of the brown bag underneath. So I thought that would be a good start. So cut this out. It has layers that you need to peel off, which is not the easiest thing in the world, as you can see. But there was one layer and the second layer. And I'm gonna just put it there randomly. I had no plans. It's what I wanted to do with this, but to maybe think of some things that are personal and inspiring to me. So when I look at the journal, I want to write in it or draw or do some kind of art. So, with napkins, they get really thin when you pull the one layer off, and they tear easily. So you can start in the middle and then go toward each end if you're afraid of break. But this one wasn't too bad. So just put a lot of Mod Podge on the bottom and the top to seal the napkin for the future. As you do bang around the journal a little bit, and it lies on a table, it might scrape. But I'm not really worried about it. It's just a junk journal cover. You could just use whatever you have. I think in the other one when I started this video had mostly paint on it and some inspiring words. So you can just think of something that's meaningful to you and add that to the cover. It can be anything. So if you know what you would like to be inspired with, to look through your stash of ephemera, or look in the junk mail pile, recycle, and see what you come up with. That words, it could be words, pictures, old photos even would work. Though you might have to use glue for those to sticking them down. Here I took the other napkin and pulled off the lining on that one too. They don't really go all that well together, the two napkins. So I put that at the far side, but it's going to be the back cover anyways. You can also add, when this is dry and finished, you can add more art to the inside flaps. That's totally up to you. So here I went through my stash. I found a few things that are possible. I pulled out from a Katie Dacey's planner that I've been using this year. Been pulling out the pages as I'm done with it. And here I had some pictures I printed off a file I bought at Etsy, and the printer had some colors missing, so that can't be used for anything. So, but I don't throw anything out. I just keep them in a bin and go through, because you never know how small pieces can come in handy. It's a lot of just trial and error, and you see what you like. You know, you go with what you see that you like. Here I'm just checking where the middle is going to be. Make sure I don't put the items in the wrong place. Also, if you use magazine pages, they are very brittle when they get wet, so be careful when you smooth that out with your Mod Podge. So I thought these are just, there's this woman, she's looking, like she's looking at me, and I thought, well, you know, that's, the journal is waiting for me to be creative. It sees me, it sees my need to express myself. So I like the idea of eyes. This was a jelly printing. I had done on some printer paper. So I thought the red goes well. I'm gonna blend with that napkin and also pull the pink from the rose on the other side together. Trust your instincts. So what do you think looks good? You know, there are no rules. So if you like, say, purple and bile green together, put it together. It's your journal and your creativity. Here I'm using a old credit card to smooth out the excess Mod Podge. Thought I'll use some more of that same sheet and cut out some circles, just for fun. I like to make things in uneven numbers. So here we had two, but I decided to make a third circle. Why not, right? I do love the jelly printed paper. It's really unique. Every piece that you make is unique. And I like this where it says call for art. Now, there was a lot of red, so I cut away as much as I could of the red part. As you can see, I cut as close to the letters as I could. And here's just some stars because, I'm a star. So it's good to remind myself of my great qualities. And you are too. Now that broke there. Here I had a unicorn picture that was lacking some ink, but that reminds me of the magic that art is really magical. And everything is, when you do it, it's unique. It's you. It's inspiring. And everybody is different. So whatever you do is unique. And there's no wrong ways of doing this. So it looks a little messy, but I like it. So I'm writing here, I see you. The journal sees me always. And here easy does it is a good word for me too because I tend to be a little workaholic. So they remind me to just take it easy. And I'm using a paint pen here to just outline those circles and I really like them. I thought later maybe I should make some stems like flowers, but I didn't. So I'm waiting to see if it's dry. And then everything that I write should be truth instead of like fooling myself that and just make things up. It's better to just be truthful of what's going on than to pretend that uh, it's all hunky-dory. Here you can see I had put a ribbon in the spine, and I thought I'll do that here too, just for fun. I'm using an awl to make the hole. And then trying to decide, I went with the red because I thought it went better than the green. Some of this fiddly work to try and get that through. Patience is a virtue, they say. I could have done a longer piece of ribbon there, but I didn't. So, oh well. And here you insert the cover of the journal into the sleeve there. And it holds it together. It's just like perfect type of, I think school we actually did something like this to the books. But never as colorful and fun, right? And you just make sure everything is inside of there, inside the flaps, and And then I use a little bit of washi tape to keep them stuck to the inside cover there. As you can see at the top, it was a little too big, maybe a quarter of an eighth of an inch. But it can be adjusted, you know, if you really are a perfectionist and want that perfect, just go back and fold that down and make sure everything is attached in a good way there, so it won't come off later. And thank you for watching. This was a lot of fun. And now you can make your own and write in it and make art.